Do you know what you're legally required to disclose when selling your home in 2026? This is one of those things that's easy to overlook, but it can cause major problems after the close. In this video, I'll walk you through the key areas that need to be disclosed in 2026 and why it's important to make sure that you have a smooth closing. Let me tell you a story about a seller that I was working with last year. They were selling their house and they weren't sure if they should disclose that there was stains on the roof and there was actually leaking in the roof. They had no idea that leaving this out could have caused problems after the sale. I informed her that it's very important to disclose all of these items, and we ended up selling the property with no problems whatsoever, and it ended up being a smooth close. The first item is material defects. These are items that affect the value or the safety of the occupants of the home. Now, these are items like foundation issues or things like electrical problems or plumbing problems. They can even be things like water leakage in the house. Very basically, these are items, as a rule of thumb, where it would influence the buyer's decision to purchase the home. You want to report all of these items in order to avoid any problems later on after the close. Key item number 2 is to report any history of renovation or repairs that were done in the property. It's very important to report these, even if they were done by licensed contractors. You want to make the buyer well aware of everything that's been done in the home while you live there. Being transparent shows trust. You're building trust with the buyer so that they know that you are being transparent, you're showing everything available with the house, and it's very important. This step is very important to show the buyer that you're going to be a good seller and you're willing to show them everything with the house. Key item number 3 are environmental hazards. These things include anything like asbestos or popcorn ceiling. Sometimes the flooring in houses are made of asbestos. Another thing is mold. Mold is all over. And a third thing is lead paint. Lead paint is an older home, so it's very important to disclose all of these items, especially in 2026. After COVID, all of the buyers are getting very thorough inspections done. Sometimes they do environmental inspections on the house too. You really need to consult with a real estate expert when it comes to environmental hazards in the home. Key point number 4 is if you have a house that's going through probate court proceedings, the California Association of Realtors legal department recognized that you might have never lived in the house. You might be way off in a different state. Some administrators and executors that I work with have never hardly been to the house. So in order to accommodate these situations, there's just a 1-page disclosure that needs to be filled out, and it has all of these support documents to protect you legally. That's why it's important to also work with somebody that's gone through all of the probate education to make sure that you're getting all of the correct documents in a probate. If everything is disclosed, that builds trust between the seller and the buyer, and it also brings everything transparent, and it's a way to protect yourself legally so that you have not only a smooth close, but everything is covered after the sale. If you have any questions about disclosures or the selling process, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you with any of this. Even if you're not going to be selling your house, you're just, want to know the information, I'd be more than happy to have a confidential conversation with you and let you know all about these disclosures.